Hello and welcome back to Super Luigi Galaxy 2. That's what I'm calling this now for some reason. We have to do Bowser's lava layer. Now, I don't know why Bowser has lava in his lair. I don't know if this is some kind of sneaky Nintendo innuendo. No, I'm kidding. But what do you mean? What do you mean Bowser gif? No Bowser gifts for you. Anyways, welcome back. So last time we revealed a great secret. And if you're not aware of what the secret... If you're not aware of what the secret is, you'll have to venture to the previous video to find out. I have to shake like a maniac, otherwise it'll hit me. It still nearly hit me. Anyways, the secret was kind of stupid. But, more importantly first, I thought about whenever I end a video, one of the things I think about, and, you know it's important when I begin using my brain, which, yeah, shocking. So, I thought about what would be interesting, and, I thought to sort of continue something that I thought about in the last video, but then I didn't really expand on it that much. Gimme. So, point is... What do you want, buddy? Yeah, thank you. Hey, buddy. Ah! Oh, no. Shoot him! Ah, fuck. Okay, whatever. I have more ammo. Fuck. Okay. Oh my god, maybe... There we go. Oh, he's dead. I feel like there are, obviously this is intertwined with nostalgia. So, take whatever I'm about to say with a huge grain of salt, because if you grew up at a different point in time, you will want to skin me alive for many of these statements. Anyways, so, in my humble opinion, there are a few sort of... Oh, I see it. There are, like, fuck. I got... There we go. There are a few sort of errors to Nintendo. Maybe I should get a face cam. No, I don't want it. I don't want to show my face on the internet. Not yet. Maybe in like 2 years. I don't know, I'll see. 100k special. I don't know. I make random sub goals all the time. I made up one for Sticker Star at 100k, I think, or something. Maybe I think I said something for 10k once. All of those are fake. I'm probably gonna play Sticker Star on a whim at one point in time. Sticker Star Switch 2 Remaster. Honestly, I would love to see what they like. I would like to see a reimagining of Sticker Star into a game that isn't hot garbage. I would love to see that. Anyways, so before I got a little bit distracted, let's talk about the sort of errors from my personal point of view. The first one, I would like to call it error number 1 because it's the first one, is like the sort of, let's call it the beginning. This was when Nintendo was, you know, it was kind of just the, not really the NES and everything before it, but before Nintendo had a clear understanding of like the Western market. which was most of the NES's life, basically. Up until, you know, like, the late NES. Anyways, so what this leaves us with is everything else. Then from, like, you know, a few titles on the NES, and most of the sort of, SNES era, there's a specific sort of classic, I would say, type of Nintendo, where they were just trying out, you know, they're basically semi-resting on their laurels, technically, in a way. But then you have, and then it's mostly following console generations, but sort of loosely, you know. Then you had the sort of 5th gen, 6th gen, 7th gen, but a lot of that is more, how do I explain this? These sorts of eras have a lot more to do with how, come on, with like how I perceive them on YouTube. That's what I'm trying to say, like how because they are basically just console generations, right? And what Nintendo did on them, right? But there's a bit of a difference to, you know, that. Oh my god. And like my perception of them. In the thing I'm trying to talk about, the big issue was basically that, so the 5th gen was kind of like, you know, Nintendo was being all experimental. The 6th one was more like Nintendo didn't know what to do, and the 7th gen was like, oh, I see it. There we go. Like, the 7th gen was more like resting on the laurels. Specifically, I have a lot of weird nostalgia specifically for, like, the YouTube era, which are the kinds of games that you would see a lot of people Let's Play. That was Galaxy 1 and 2, technically Sunshine, basically a lot of the early things you would see on channels like Sugar Conrad, right? So that was basically, you know, the thing. And it's kind of weird. That's a part of the reason why I have a weird amount of nostalgia for stuff like Sunshine or Super Paper Mario, even if I don't like I don't like him. It's partially why the first Paper Mario game I ever actually fucking completed was the 1000-Year Door. It's because it was like the one game that I kind of had. What's funny was not too long before they announced that I was like going to play the original. Not the original 1000-Year Door, but like the original Paper Mario. And then I kind of gave up on it. Multiple times in my YouTube thing have I tried and given up on, like, starting a new series. I mentioned the Bowser GIF earlier, and this is not giving good vibes. Anyways, yeah, I would not be in... Okay, so, for those who don't know, back between 2012 and 2018, suspiciously, right about when Nintendo was struggling in terms of, like, general impact. So during this point in time, mysteriously, a thing existed called the YouTube Partner Program, and Nintendo wanted in on the fun. I see ya. So the way Nintendo decided to do this was basically by, if you want to make money off of any Nintendo games that you play, you have to enter a partnership with them. So YouTube would take like 50% or like 55%, or let's say 50% of your revenue. Nintendo would take another 25% or whatever. ballpark numbers that I loosely remember from back then. They may be completely wrong. If they are, I'm sorry. But the thing was, Nintendo games were still kind of lucrative. The issue was that, in order to be in that program, because you were an ambassador or whatever, or not ambassador, I forget what they called it, but you actually had to, like, send... Oh, you hear a star noise or something there? Whatever. You had to actually, like, submit every video for a review. And it could actually take time. Which was kind of an issue for Let's Players, especially if you were making shorter videos. It depends. People like Zach Scott got a lot of views back then by basically doing what kind of is the meta now and making longer videos. The reason why I make mine like half an hour-ish, except when I played Factorio, is basically just because I feel like it's an adequate amount of time. Going like, you know, going an hour and a half for most stuff feels like, kinda long. Anything less than half an hour feels a bit too short, you know? It's just kind of it's something that you'll have to... It's a sort of thing where, oh, you get used to it, you know? It's not a hard science. But yeah, like, generally speaking, the partner program that they had sucked because it pushed a lot of people away from doing Nintendo stuff, and it partially ended up, you know... It's honestly partially responsible for, why Nintendo didn't really do that well during that generation. It's because when less people talk about you, you know? Less people talked about Nintendo, basically. That was the issue. Hold on. You hear that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, but basically, less people knew about Nintendo stuff because less people played Nintendo games, except a few specific YouTubers. And the thing with YouTubers is, no matter how big you are nothing compared to the general landscape. Like, how many people watch the biggest YouTuber per day? Compare how many users... We can check. I can check. I have more devices. Also, my cooling fan tried to attack me today. Yeah, that's the fun part. Putting air conditioning in the living room, not in the room where my computer is. That was a really funny mistake. Oh my god, I can't spell on a fucking phone keyboard. Whatever. Where's Yoshi? Wait. I just thought of a really obnoxious solution. I just realized there's no Yoshi. Okay. How the fuck am I? Oh, I see. How many people do watch fuck. That is just about, like, my personal experience with fucking voice to text. How many people watch YouTube per day? Let's see. And I said let's see. 122 million active daily users. How many daily views does the largest YouTube channel get? I have to click to confirm it. Doesn't say, shows a Wikipedia link. Maybe I should ask fucking... What's it called again? Grok AI? It asks the local caveman for help. Genuinely sounds like a fucking caveman. Now, some of you may say that only an idiot could come up with fucking grok, but, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Shit. Okay. Since when did this thing become Sonic Lost World? Signed as someone who's never played Sonic Lost World. Oh, hello! That was incredible. List of most viewed YouTube channels. That should be it. T-Series. Fuck. I just need to... Who's a really watched game? Well, it's a gaming thing, right? So... Markiplier Social Blade. Let's see. No, it broke. This is some really entertaining Markiplier Social Blade. Yes. Oh my god. Why do one thing at a time when you can do both things? Now, why follow a guide when you can struggle for 5 hours? Here's the fucking... Oh, I see the style. I see it. Okay, good. We did it. Okay. I know he's not the biggest channel, but... Okay, so Markiplier gained, like... 3 point... You can't see unique views, sadly. But okay, so from the 122 million... Actually, that could be wrong. Because if it's 122 million... It says 122 million users, right? Yeah, 1.2 million active daily users. Sorry, 122 million. Oops. That would still mean that, like, okay. How many views does the entirety of YouTube gain in one day? Fandom records. Nope. Doesn't say. Cause what I'm wondering is, I hear a star somewhere. Is it up on the big dinosaur? I think it is. Come here, bird. I hate you. Okay. Because, you know, if you've ever watched YouTube, like, for instance, I mean, I guess this may be skewed by shorts. Yeah, okay, let's see. But if you've ever watched, like, anything on YouTube, you don't watch one video. Especially if it's, like, easily bingeable stuff, like some guy playing Luigi Galaxy 2. I wish the stars gave out hints. Would make this a lot easier. Anyways, yeah, like, point is, I really enjoyed the general whatever's on YouTube, but it's crazy how tiny of a creator you can be compared to the entire platform, even if you're big. The craziest part has to be Patreon, which I do not have. Because Patreon is generally amazing for creators, specifically because, I mean, I think it's obvious. You can basically, you know, back in the day, in the good old days of right after the global financial crash, And right around the time when, like, you know, what, maybe the good old days are, not exactly a good market for stuff. Whatever. But back in those good old days, there was something specific, right? And it was that you kind of needed ad revenue, right? Nowadays, like, there are channels like, you know, the Gymquisition from, like, Stephanie Stelling or whatever, and, a lot of... Ooh, fuck. Oh, I see. Fuck. Well, you know, there are a lot of channels that basically run ad-free due to Patreon money. And similarly, there are a lot of creators that can now be way smaller and upload less, like, way less often because they still have a huge audience. Like, think of H-Bomber Guy. The trick is, he doesn't upload videos often, but he's paid to make, you know, the higher quality videos that he makes. While, you know, usually, you know, the alternative to this would to be like, you know, Pyrocynical, who has a live stream chat, who just, like, continuously pays in for his stuff. And then, you know, so you have a slop channel that funds the regular channel or whatever. I also am not a big fan of the term just kind of like generally slop. With the caveat that I am completely okay with it when it's describing, you know, reaction content or whatever, or like watch parties, because that's kind of valid, you know? I mean the term, not that. Just because in general, very often when you watch stuff, especially like stuff from other creators, it isn't because you have some, you know, unique perspective to give, it's because people want to watch you give your opinion on something. Like, how many YouTubers do you know of, or like streamers, who just have, you know, a ton of content? What does this do? Ooh. Which is just them watching stuff and then, like, super brainedly responding, I agree, I disagree. It's just like, well, like, they watch a video and then they pause it and they're like, wow, I totally didn't even consider that, dude. Or whatever, you know, just adding... It's this kind of stuff where... I guess it obviously depends on what we see as effort. When Let's Plays first became a thing many moons ago, a lot of, like, other creators absolutely hated their guts. Like, wait, you would seriously watch someone just play a video game? You know, god-awful Let's Plays. And the truth was yes, for a variety of reasons. And a part of it is one of those, questions of, like, parasociality or whatever. And the truth is, honestly, yeah. To some degree, Let's Plays can, like, be quite parasocial in terms of, like, you know, the way they work. Which is why I try... It's one of those things where sometimes I'll, granted, I'm obviously a tiny-ass creator, but I'll still, like, try to only engage with stuff that's kind of constructive-ish. Even if there's other stuff that I would like to talk about, it's like, No! Okay, we're fine. Because I don't want to seem like that guy, you know? It's more a, my own ego thing where... Okay. There we go. I just feel like engaging with, those kinds of things will leave me kind of open to that kind of behavior. And, the thing is, right, when you're making... The part of the thing is that also, I do not have any monetary... I guess I have a view incentive, but I don't have a monetary incentive for that. Like, you know, a lot of streamers rely on, kind of similarly to mobile games. A lot of streamers... We'll do this one because it'll take less time with the video. But yeah, a lot of streamers will just end up, you know, fucking doing those, parasocial things. But the thing is, I am personally just kind of against it on a moral basis, though I understand, like, the reason for its existence, you know? And it's complicated, right? It's one of those things where it's like, I, as somebody who is, shockingly enough, technically a creator, have a, you know, very clear interest in talking about, you know, how, oh yeah, it's totally not as bad as you may think, or I may have an equally, would the term be insidious? But I would have like an equally interesting viewpoint, which could be, even if I, you know, I could encourage it while saying I discourage it. If you think about it that way, right? Because that way, you know, I could be the guy. Oh, I should probably do a triple jump, right? No! Well, that's why we have all the lives. But yeah, like, generally speaking, it's why I wouldn't really call myself a fan of that sort of stuff. Maybe if I do it from a... Wait, no! Oh my god. Okay. So if I do it like this, we'll have enough space even. I need a bit of a starting run, but not too much of a start. Okay, I'll do what I did before. Okay, we did it. Yeah, okay. For this segment, I wish I could switch to a first-person, like, jumping flash mode. Unironically. It's just... I know it sounds weird to say, but I really wish this game was more like jumping flash when I do those kinds of jumps. Just because the way perspective moves in that specific context makes it a lot easier to see. Anyways, yeah, like... to continue on from what I was gonna say earlier... Before I got a little bit focused on the game, I just... Oh! Oh, they don't have the green stars, even. That's annoying. But yeah, like, generally speaking, I very clearly am not a fan of that kind of stuff. But I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff specifically because it's harmful to both parties. Actually, to more than both parties, because you probably know this. Sometimes, like, person 1 is, like, creator 1 has parasocial person 1, and creator 1 is in a bit of an argument with creator 2. Nothing major, just a bit of a disagreement. You know, it's not like, you know, creator 2 ate my dog. It's not that, you know? It's like, creator 2, called me a fuck stick. I don't know. A fuck platypus. That's gonna be funny to someone, I bet. Oh my god, any reference like that is either, like... Whenever I reference, like, the game dude or whatever, or Jocko, every single time, it's either, you know... Most people, I assume, don't know about it. And then, like, you know, it's one of those, I guess, references, you know? No! Totally planned. Okay, that's good. See? I am a master at Mario. Now, I can't get to there. Huh. I see what I must do. Okay. Let's hope they don't respawn. Okay, they don't. Okay. That's good, there we go. But anyways, yeah, that's about what I had to say. It's like, sometimes other, you know, and then, you know, that person can, the parasocial person can attack the, sorry, can attack, like, you know, the other creator, and a lot of weird shit can happen. Basically, purely just because the, you know, there's been an argument, or whatever. And generally, it just kind of really sucks. For the simple reason that, like, nobody wants that. If being parasocial, like, it's kind of like that sort of parasociality stuff. Oh, thank you. Like, if it was more about just, like, having people who religiously watch you or, like, dono to you, I think it'd be more socially acceptable than how it is now, because... No, I don't want to go gambling. You know, I think it'd be a bit more socially acceptable than how it is now, but, yeah. Very clearly, it's not socially acceptable for real. Actually, let's go back there for the end scene, but... Yeah. That's gonna be it for this episode. I'll see you next time when... Oh, nice sideburn. When we do more stuff. I'm sadly we're not on the Luigi ship. See you next time. Goodbye.